How we doing, guys? Welcome back to our Arsenal transfer news video. Of course, here give you every single latest rumor that's been going around the past couple of days. Keep you updated with the latest Arsenal transfer news. There's not a lot. I'll tell you that for a fact. I mean, we finally are about to confirm our first signing. Even though we signed him in January, we're finally about to obviously confirm in and announce our first signing. But apart from that, we are moving so slow in the transfer window. It ain't looking good. It's not looking good, people. But anyway, before we do so, make sure you guys do smash up the likes on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. It gets the video out there. And also, don't be afraid. Get your thoughts in down below. Love to hear you guys' opinions and thoughts on everything we go through today. We've got a lot to discuss. And yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's been enjoying the lovely weather in the UK. It's one of those ones really where it's not like when you go to these other countries, you go to Spain, for example, and it's different sort of weather because they're used to it. And but when you in England, we ain't used to this, people, this United Kingdom weather. So that's why everyone's going mad, and it's only like 28 degrees, but that's incredibly hot for UK. But I hope everyone's enjoying the weather. And let's get into the latest news, man. Let's get into the latest news. We're gonna start, of course. Romano coming out and saying this yesterday. So after his visit to Arsenal headquarters, Martin Zubimendi also spoke to Mikel Arteta again, as he's 100%. There we go, 100% a new Arsenal player. Nothing can go wrong now, people. So official statement is being prepared as final step of the story, but never in doubt. Zubi will play for Arsenal. So yeah, as we know, we are getting Zubimendi. I've made quite a few videos on this the past, couple of days, and make sure you look out. I'm going to do like a tactical analysis and his strengths and weaknesses and what he can bring to this Arsenal team. How he's going to obviously, hopefully, elevate our midfield and transform our midfield and actually be a very good signing. So I'm gonna keep your eyes peeled for that one. There will be a video out very shortly. His shirt number has been confirmed kind of today by Charles Watts on his YouTube, saying that Martin Zubimendi will wear the number 36 at Arsenal next season. Now, a lot of people, and if you actually look back on this, that was his shirt number he first wore when he broke into the Real Sociedad team. So he's going to obviously wear that one again. I think he was number 12, if I'm not wrong, or 20. I looked there, I completely forgot. But either way, that is going to be his shirt number. That's the shirt right there. Looks pretty good, man. Of course, lovely kit, isn't it? But of course, we want more players in the kit, more new signings. Yeah, we want the striker. We want number 9 in the new kit as well. But yeah, Zubimendi gets number 36. And yeah, he's going to be, of course, an Arsenal player. As Fabrizio said down here as well, just get it back up. The statement's being prepared, so we should get the official announcement. I think he's been at the Emirates, he's been at the Arsenal headquarters doing his, of course, the photo shoot. I presume. I think he did his medical a few weeks ago anyway. But doing his photo shoot and the interview probably, and all that stuff when you sign a new player. Now we've got to just wait for the announcement from Arsenal. Hopefully they don't make us wait for another week. Hopefully we get it tomorrow so we just can rest with this one. But he's definitely going to Arsenal. He said it's 100%, of course. All the legal documentation has been signed and everything's ready to go. Zubimendi will be part of Mikel Arteta's squad, an Arsenal squad next year. So as I said, I spoke a lot about the player. I think overall I'm very happy with the signing. I think he's a very, what I've seen of him, he's a very good player. And I think overall he's going to make us a lot better. As we know about Thomas Partey moving on potentially as well, is he the ideal replacement? I think he's got a lot to prove in that sense. But as I said, I'm going to make a longer video on what he can bring to this team. But we've got some other news to go through. As we know, good news there. Zubimendi finally done. It's done in January, but finally looks like it's going to be announced. He will be an Arsenal player. And we'll be heading into the preseason as well. That's what I was saying. We need to get our players in before pre-season. But let's get in some new news today that came out. Just some rumors, as we know. Nothing real concrete at the moment, and it's an interesting one. Came out literally today, about an hour ago, saying that Bayern Munich are discussing the possibility of making a bid for Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli, and this is coming by Christian Falk over there from Bild Sport in Germany. reasonably reliable. Having said that, he posted about 10 winners on his page today that Bayern Munich were looking at. They're looking at, they're trying to hijack Nico Williams still. They're looking at Luis Diaz from Liverpool. Now, apparently, they've added Gabriel Martinelli to the list. Um, and apparently, they are discussing to make a potential bid for the Arsenal player. What's your thoughts on this, people? And number one, I think even if Martinelli was to stay, we definitely do need an upgrade on a left wing. We definitely need winners to come in anyway, as it is. We know Trossard will most likely sign a new contract. He'll stay with Arsenal now, but he's getting older. Martinelli has completely fallen off a cliff, hasn't he? But I still expect him to stay and be a part of Arteta's plans next season. However, we also do need a winner, even if he does stay. That's clear, in my opinion, for both sides. But how much do we really think we will get and we'll let Martinelli go for? And how much do you think? This is a question to make sure you get your thoughts in down below. I'll answer this question for me if you guys can. And I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. How much do you realistically think that we can get for money wise that we can get for Gabriel Martinelli? Because in terms of Arsenal selling players, I know I say this and it's getting boring of me saying it. We are absolutely, and we have been absolutely atrocious in terms of selling our players. Yeah, they either go out on a free and we get nothing for them. And if we do get something for them, it's around 30 million, 35 million. That's the most at Chamberlain. So how much you really think we can get for Martinelli? How much would we let him go for as well? And also, if he does move on, is Arsenal going to go with, Rodrigo? And I'm going to talk about Rodrigo's situation in a minute. And that's only going to open the door in one certain situation we're going to talk about. But does that open the door for Arsenal going all in for Rodrigo? I think even if Martinelli was to stay, hopefully we're going for him anyway. And that's what we should be doing. But yeah, with Martinelli, for me, should we be keeping him? Should he be going? I like Martinelli. I do. I love the signing of him. The main thing with this guy is he's fallen off a cliff. And I think it's a number of reasons. I think down to him, confidence wise, he's lost his confidence completely, it seems like. He suffered with that injury, didn't he, a few years ago? Maybe that could play and, has played a part. He's not as quick as he used to be, in my opinion. But again, is it because he's on the left wing? Him on the left wing, he is becoming, and this is what I'm talking about Arteta's system in a minute, because and the manager for me plays a part as well, in my opinion. Him on the left wing is becoming so robotic to watch. He's becoming so predictable to watch on the wing. He takes too many touches. He's in the end product. He always runs with his head down, and he just always, the decision maker is not there for him. The end product, he always, finds a way to just mess things up. Basically, that's the thing. He's quite wasteful in front of goal, wasteful when he does get, chances. So predictable on the win now, and that's so unlike him. I think the solution for Martinelli is, number one, I think the manager got to take responsibility for his system. I think, in my opinion, Martinelli has digressed, and people may not want to hear this, but this is the truth I look at. And this is just my opinion. I feel like the way how we've been playing in the recent years, how teams are sussing us out as well, Arteta's style of play, Arteta's system. Let's also remember that Martinelli has not got a overlap, sort of like an overlapping fullback. If Martinelli had a Ben White, look how Ben White overlaps Saka. Yeah, or look how Timber overlaps Saka. Yeah, Martinelli, I don't see that in left back, because you know why? Because our left back's inverted. Lewis Skelly doing his thing, always inverting all the time. That's what Arteta wants to his left back. So I think that plays an effect. I feel like the creative you see Odegaard in a role where he's usually always drifting out to help out Saka. You always see Odegaard on that right hand side, sort of right midfield, so he can't even get support from there. And Martinelli thrives as someone having like Granit Xhaka. When we've had a left eight in Declan Rice, you don't really see similar what Xhaka did there. Rice does his thing, but he just, Xhaka and Martinelli had such a good sort of link up play in that first in Xhaka's in that first season when he was in the title race. So I think that's a few reasons, and the way how you play, as I said, we've been sussed out with a low block, etc. Against teams we play against a low block, it's sussed out. But number two, is it time to make the decision and actually change Martinelli's position and make him a striker? Because when we signed him, guys, he had his best numbers for Arsenal as a striker. You know what? Up there at least. He was scoring goals for fun. And when he burst onto the scene as a raw Brazilian, nobody knew this guy, but he shot everyone down the middle. He had that pace in behind, that frightening pace. Teams were afraid of him, running in behind. And I remember the game. I remember watching. I think when we had Unai, Liverpool, the 5-5 Carabao Cup game. He scored a brace, and that game I was like, wow, Marley is like him as a striker was incredible. So and you've seen this a small signs of him getting in behind and being direct. I think moving him out, adjusting that. We do need a striker, by the way, but adjusting that, making him as a striker next season could be the solution for Gabriel Martinelli. We definitely need upgrade on the left wing, guys. And this gets me to my next, sort of final news of the day. Is Rodrigo is apparently unhappy after being played on the right wing against Al Hilal. He may also leave if he isn't in Xabi Alonso's plans. So a lot of people were saying, and even Romano came out and said that Arsenal's interest in Rodrigo is genuine, but at the moment it's just interest. There's been no bid, no offer, no contact at all. It is just at the moment we're just interested in the player and we're monitoring the situation. It seems like right now. The only way this will develop is if maybe two reasons. If Martinelli does leave, then we could go all in for him. But even I don't think that'll matter because it'll be down to what's going to happen between him and Alonso. They're gonna have apparently been having meetings with each other. I mean, do you really buy into this? Is he really unhappy to play on the? All I think Rodrigo cares about. It doesn't matter if he plays left or right. I know he's predominantly been a left winner, but if he plays, I don't think he's going to really matter. I think that's the big thing, isn't it? It's about him getting enough game time next season at Madrid. And he's not going to play. Why would Alonso pay him on the left wing when they got Vinny Jr. there? So I don't think he's going to have the problem in terms of what it says here. I don't think he's unhappy been playing on the right wing against Al Hilal. I know players have their best positions, but he's been playing right wing his whole well, effectively, since Vinny Jr. has been there, if I'm not mistaken. Every time I've seen this guy play for Madrid, he's always been on the right. And I get his main position was predominantly he's left winner, right? And that's what we need as well. But if he gets enough game time, I think that's the big thing for him. If Alonso sees him his plans and he wants to keep him and he plays him consistently, he will stay at Real Madrid. And I'm sorry, people, we can dream and all this, people, but right now it's just a dream, and that is it. To make it a reality, he comes out and says he's unhappy and he leaves Real Madrid, and that's what it's got to be like. Right now, it seems like Madrid are going to keep him, and he wants to stay. The only way he's going to leave, and this is what everyone's been saying. Fabrizio said this a few weeks ago. I think even Ornstein alluded to this as well. The only way Rodrigo leaves Real Madrid is if he actually comes out and goes to Real Madrid and says, "I want to leave," which that's not happened yet. So Rodrigo is a dream. He is a dream target. He's a dream signing for the left winner. He's the type of player that'll get you on the edge of this. He reminds me of Alexis. We're not in a player like that. Saka maybe, but every time he gets the ball, the crowd lifts. The fans are on the edge of their seats. The stadium, lights up. That's what Alexis did every time he got the ball. Saka's kind of similar when he does that, but Rodrigo he adds that even more. So, yeah, I love to hear you guys' thoughts about that down below. Everything we discussed today. Make sure you smash that buttons up to keep updated all and subscribe to keep updated all the latest every single day transfer news of Arsenal. And until tomorrow, guys, I'll catch you guys there. Thanks everyone who watched. And as always, come on, you Gunners.